The Selling Circle shows the process of selling products and services to our customers. It's really important that we understand the 5 steps to achieve a sale. Of course, using the Selling Circle doesn't guarantee that we'll gain the business. It does ensure that we follow the correct steps to improve our chances though. To help us make the process feel more relaxed, the notion of presumption and control is key here. For example, if a customer calls or visits to ask us for a price, the presumption is that they must want something. Using control, we can help make the sale following these steps. And bear in mind, if the customer doesn't buy the goods from us, they'll more than likely buy it from somebody else. Giving them the best experience possible is vital. First and foremost, we need to ensure that we're ready to meet and greet the customer. Smiling and eye contact might sound obvious, but it's really important, as is our general appearance. And this should be the case with both established customers and new ones. This is arguably the most important stage of the selling circle. It's during this stage that we need to gain as much detail as possible to discover what our customer requires. Correct questioning is vital, and open questions will always help us gain more detail. How can I help you today? Is a good example of an open question. The customer will then usually respond with more detail. If, for example, our customer tells us they want a price for a windscreen, we can inform them, using presumption, that they'll also need the windscreen seals and associated components. Some customers will, of course, refuse the extra parts we offer. But if we've asked the correct questions, we should be able to make the correct assumption, especially if the customer is known to us. Depending on the product or service that we have to offer, the general rule here is to add value. For example, telling a customer that we have the required oil filter in stock at a cost of £10 is not what we want to be doing. Instead, we should be telling them that we have the oil filter in stock, as well as the sump washer and possibly the oil. So we're adding value and using presumption. Offering to place it on the delivery van for them for the next delivery is an example of closing. This leads us perfectly onto the next stage of the circle: close. Gathering all the correct information, as well as informing the customer what we can do, is much more likely to lead to further business. For example, we have all the parts in stock and the total cost for the parts is £100. I can have them delivered to you on the next van. All dealt with, and continue to deal with objections. Things like, that seems a bit expensive, or I need to confirm with my manager first. If the issue is price, we can generally offer some kind of discount. Some objections may not be quite so simple though, and we can't run through the answer to each and every objection that we may face. It's up to us to make the decision on whether or not the objection can be handled. The last thing we want to do is upset or aggravate the customer. There's no hard and fast rule, unfortunately. The trick is to find a solution to help the customer make the decision to buy from us. Everyone's a winner.